Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another interlude. I know that it's been a lot of interludes and not a lot of story progression, but we gotta get these new players introduced. I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening, and I hope everybody enjoys tonight's show. We are introducing a new player, and I'll let them introduce themselves when we hop over there. Remember, everyone, this is a homebrew game with homebrew rules. It's not Pathfinder rules as written. This is Bellfinder, and remember, I love everybody, but fuck you, Dave. Hello. Alrighty, so I went ahead and did a little bit of an intro. Just one last thing before I let you introduce yourself to our lovely, lovely viewing audience. We're not live, but we are recording, so this will go up on YouTube probably tomorrow. Um, if you wouldn't mind, there's a Google Doc in the Discord server. If you want to click the Bellfinder Rules Google Doc, just to keep that open as far as like what rules you need that aren't the same as normal Pathfinder rules. That is a good resource I tell newer players to keep open during sessions. I gotta turn you up a bit. And then I will turn Chrome down. Because the background music was drowning you out just a little bit. Alrighty, so, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and your character, please. That's alright. Awesome. I will put your socials in the description for people to be able to find you as well if you want to shoot those to me in a DM. Awesome. Alrighty, so we are going to go ahead and switch over to the battle map for the recording. Let's introduce your character. Who are you playing today?
I am playing Nelor. She is a half fire giant, half a Ifrit,
Mm-hmm.
the gal with experience in blacksmithing and magical weapons building, or weapons crafting. And she's very passionate about that. Um, she is also you can kind of see it from her token, but just imagine a very buff lady.
Just a
Big,
very, very big buff lady.
just honking, just huge muscles. That is exactly what I wanted her to be. And yeah, so just picture that in your mind. Giant muscles.
Fantastic. Okay, so Nelor is waking up kind of in a cell. She's been here for a couple of days. She was jumped by the ogre and hill giant she was traveling with, and locked into a cell, and told, "Hey, if we're gonna keep you here and probably sell you to the slavers." The slavers, however, have not come. They were supposed to come 2 days ago. Something seems to have happened to them, and it's about 10-ish in the morning. Nelor probably couldn't tell that because there's no window in her cell. But about 10 o'clock in the morning, right around the time you normally wake up, you hear footsteps. These footsteps are very small and very quiet. But you're able to hear them because in your near here where your area is, it's very, very silent. And when you look outside of your cell, you see a very small person in black leather armor, kind of jiggling with the very mighty looking lock.
Who the hell are you?
My name is Joshua. Joshua Everstand. This is not the voice of an adult.
Oh.
I am cleric of Gatlock. I have come to free you. Here, and he will slide you a broadsword.
Free me. You don't even look like you're old enough to drink.
I'm not. I'm only 14.
You're 14?
Yes, but I'm small enough where I can sneak in and out of places.
Good point.
And you hear ch-ch-chung as the lock falls off your cell door.
Holy shit.
And he sheathes a knife that he had on him in his belt.
Okay.
Are you coming or not?
Yeah, I guess I'm trusting a 14-year-old today. What the fuck are you here?
I was instructed by the Lord himself, Gatlock, to come get you.
Oh. Well,
As I said, I'm a cleric. I'm given my orders from those on high.
you know, like, I'll trust that you were the real deal when it comes to cleric. Why are you 14? I wasn't doing anything at 14.
Well, I was almost killed by a bunch of mannequins a few months ago. Myself and my wyvern Thraxus, and when I was fighting them, all I had was this, and he'll pat the knife on his belt, and he holds up a quarterstaff, and he goes, and I was given this by the Lord Tevelian, or by the Lord Gatlock. Tevelian gave me this, and he'll hold up a little coin. Don't know what it does yet, but he said if I'm ever in danger, flip it. And then I was able to, survive. So now I work for him. He saved my life. I dedicated my life to helping him. Oh. And he goes, take that weapon and follow me. The stats for a broadsword are in the Pathfinder rules, because it is not a compendium weapon. You know what? Actually, instead of a broadsword, he gives you a short sword just because it's easier for you to just type in short sword in the Pathfinder rules and just drag and drop it into your sheet from the compendium. And he'll kind of go, it's not the best quality, but none of the weapons that I could find are. So if you want to follow me, we'll get you out of here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
It is lagging. Somehow, there are two of you on the thing.
Oh no.
Now you should be able to control it. All right.
Yay.
And he will lead you out, and then I will. I'll reveal the areas you can see, because now there's light in this hallway because you're made of fire.
Yeah. Oh, the joys of being on fire constantly.
Right. He will kind of look back at you and go, well, that's going to make stealth a little hard. Well, we can fight our way out. It shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, I can do that.
And he'll lead you this way. Did you go ahead and grab the short sword out of the compendium?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, and he'll kind of gesture for you to follow him. Are you going stealthily, or are you just kind of trying to get the fuck out of here?
I'm not like I'm gonna try to make like a little less noise than I otherwise would, but I'm not like sneaking or crawling. I'm just kind of like fuck.
Okay, so as you come around the corner, you see him kind of stop and hold his hand up. He goes, one of them's come back. And you see the hill giant that you were with has set up shop in front of this a pair of doors. I believe that's their armory. Do you want to try and fight him?
I mean, I've sparred with a few giants in my life, but I never fought to kill.
Well, you're going to have to fight to kill this time.
Great.
And Joshua will move forward and cast bless on you both. Let me grab the spell. One second, I gotta make doubly sure that I have bless on Joshua's character sheet. I thought I did, but I gotta put it back because apparently it deleted. It did not save my progress. Okay, so he is going to cast bless. Let's see. So this will give you +1 bonus on attack rolls and on saving throws against the fear effect. So anytime you roll an attack roll, you get +1 on the attack roll.
Gotcha.
And then Joshua is going to run out in front of him, and now it is initiative. And then I track initiative in my own little Discord server. So if you don't mind, let me know what you got. Be in the chat, the little chat box. So you know where the chat okay. So in the Roll20, there's a little go ahead and so on your character sheet, click initiative. That will be should be right under your name or not your name, your health and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, there it is. Nice.
Yep. So go ahead and click initiative, and then yeah, your initiative should be right in the little. Yeah. So it was a 13, I think.
13.
Okay. So. I have to roll for the giant and Joshua, and I'll do that in my little hobbit hole where I roll all of my rolls so that no one can see them. Okay, so you're going to go first because Joshua rolled a 2 and the giant rolled a 6.
Jeez.
Yep.
Perfect. Oh.
So you are up first.
Okay. Well, shit. I mean, I'm just gonna run up to the guy and slash at him with my short sword.
All right, go right ahead. You have 3 attack rolls that you can make. So, you see where the short sword is on your on the main page where it says weapons and attacks.
Oh, there it is. My gosh. Okay. Yep.
Okay, so that will not hit, but close. You're close because he's not wearing any clothing. So he's wearing like a loincloth, and that's about it. But he is a giant, so he's got a good bit of AC. So you got 2 more attacks you can make.
Well, I'm just gonna keep slashing.
Oh, that'll hit. So that's 6 points of damage. Takes him down to half health immediately. All right, one more.
One more for good measure.
All right, yeah, that'll hit. And he is dead. However, it is not the end of initiative yet. As you kind of can see within the armory is his pet giant rat.
Oh.
So I'm gonna move him off the screen. And Joshua will move in and attack with his quarterstaff. One second. Okay, so he attacks with his quarterstaff, rolling a 3. So that's a miss. And an 8, which is a second miss. And a 2, which is a third miss. Now it is the rat's turn. The rat, only kind of seeing Joshua, because he just tried to smack at it, will attack him. Critting against the young boy. I'm so sorry, Joshua. I'm so sorry. We barely knew ye.
Oh my god, no!
Well, he's not dead yet, but he is getting critted. So we'll see.
Oh, poor kid.
Yeah. This is what happens in the life of a 14-year-old adventurer.
You know, as it happens.
If Joshua dies here, I am expecting very, very angry texts from all of my partners because they love this fucking character.
No.
Okay, so 4, 5 plus 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, Joshua takes 13 points of piercing damage. Yeah, and the rat has one more attack.
No.
But the rat misses with a 5.
This is why you shouldn't send 14-year-olds out on adventures.
Hey, listen, Joshua had not intended on fighting today.
Fair. Yeah, it's because I'm not exactly one for stealth.
That's okay.
I light up entire rooms.
He did not realize what he was getting into. Otherwise, he'd have brought other people.
Oh, you poor kid.
Because Gatlock said, gather a party and go save this person. Joshua did not gather a party. Joshua was just like, oh, whatever, I can just sneak in and out. This is his fault, not yours. But that does bring it back to your turn, as this kid is getting the shit beat out of him.
Oh, yeah, no, she's gonna fucking run full force at this rat and stab.
Wonderful.
Like, boom.
That'll hit. That's an immediate. Just don't fuck with this child. This literal child stabs to death.
You are murdering a child.
Yeah. So you are now inside. Joshua will kind of come over here and go. I'm going to just take a bit of a break.
Yep. Take your time. You know, are you gonna be okay?
I'll be fine. This is not the first time I've been harmed like that.
That is a really depressing sentence.
Listen, I used to work as a driver for adventurers. It's part of the job. I hate to say. Here, and he'll hand you a purple bag. This bag is a bag of holding. It's an empty bag of holding. I may have swiped this from my employer's shop. When you get into town, when I take you back to Reckford, don't tell Miss Malady I took it.
Yeah, I won't say a word.
Wonderful. Roll me a d8, please.
Oh.
Wonderful. Now add that plus your con mod to your hit points as you level up to level 2.
Oh my gosh.
Remember, this is a level 0 dungeon. I'm taking you from levels 1 to 3.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Nice. Let's see.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, up lady.
Okay, so as Joshua is, sitting down, taking a break, he casts a healing spell on himself to get him back to full health. You now can collect this pile of gold and either of these sets of armor or both, and then there's a pile of weapons to rummage through. These weapons are giant sized, so you're not just using what is the equivalent of a toothpick as a weapon anymore.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'm going for the weapons first.
Okay, so there is a selection of martial weapons here. There's a scimitar, there's a warhammer, there's a flail, there's a bastard sword, which is an exotic weapon. I don't know if you have exotic weapon proficiency, but it is. But there's a bastard sword here. There's a long sword, and then in the very back, kind of behind some of the boxes, there is a great sword. There are also a couple of shields here. A heavy wooden shield and a heavy steel shield.
Okay. I am going to take the warhammer and the greatsword.
Okay. They can't be used at the same time, but yeah, absolutely, you can take them.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably shove the greatsword in my back holder.
Fantastic. You can also like strap it to your back if you want to change between the two,
Oh no, totally, absolutely.
because like there's it comes with a scabbard and a belt.
Ah, that's so handy.
This is their armory. And then on one side there is a set of scale mail armor, and then on the other is a set of half plate. Oh wait, I think you can only go up to medium armor.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of the half plate, it's a breastplate, which I do believe is medium.
Yes, that sounds right. Perfect.
So you have the option of 2 sets of medium armor.
So is the breastplate and what was the other one?
Scale mail.
Scale.
And these come complete with like a shoulder pauldron, greaves, gauntlets, and a helmet. Like these are
Okay.
full sets of armor.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the breastplate.
Alrighty. So you can go ahead and just drag that into your inventory from the compendium.
Perfect.
And then the pile of gold equals to that of 3,000 gold pieces.
Whoa.
Just so you can have the same amount of shopping cash as everybody else.
Appreciate it.
Actually, I might nerf yours to 2,500 because that's how much you would usually have left over after buying a weapon and armor.
Ah, fair. Yeah, that's fair.
All right, and Joshua just kind of goes, "All right, when you're fully equipped, this way. I don't want to be here for as I want to be here as little as I can be."
You know, I feel the same way actually.
And he'll lead you this way out of the. Now, from what I remember, there is one last enemy that we may have to face. Are you prepared to fight some more?
Well, I'm more prepared than I was the first time around, so I'd say so.
Good, good. That means I probably won't get my ass kicked as badly as I did this last time.
Yeah, I sure hope not.
I'm going to try and stay out of the fight if I can. So, if you want to just follow me, and I'm just gonna go ahead and reveal the whole map. Just that way, you can see the whole thing. That way, I don't have to keep doing it.
Yeah, yeah, just bit by bit.
Damn it! It's not wanting to let me.
I know, of course.
Gotta love Roll20. Roll20 and I have a love-hate relationship. I love it and it hates me. But yeah, so Joshua will lead you out of the lead you this way, out of the territory of the. I just gotta zoom it out on the one that the stream can see, and then Joshua will lead you out of the area where you're being. You're being held in, and then he'll kind of come to the end of this hallway and go, I believe the ogre is awake. And he'll kind of peek around and go, well, looks like we're not going to get a chance to be stealthy. I think he heard us fighting back there. You ready?
Yes, I'll ever be.
All right. Let's go.
Alright.
And he'll move forward. And he'll kind of scramble over this tent. All right. It is, once again, initiative.
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right. Nat 20. Joshua once again with a 6.
Come on, Josh.
He is only 14.
I gotta remember, this poor kid is doing his best.
And the ogre with a 12. So you are first.
Alrighty. Okay, I am going in. Just full on charge, Warhammer.
All right.
Very cool.
Go ahead and make your 3 swings. 13 will hit, so that's 9 points of damage. 10 will not. 23 will.
Yeah.
So that's 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
All right. The ogre is already at half health, and he's going to turn to you and attempt to smack you with his great club. I'm just going to switch over to my other tab so I can pull up the ogre's sheet. And then he is going to attempt to smack you in the face with a great club 3 times. That's a 15, a 17, and an 11.
The 17 will hit.
So you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage from his great club.
Alright.
Joshua will come over and cast Cure Light Wounds. This is why it's always good to have a cleric in the party.
Always good to have a cleric who will immediately get beat up by a rat.
Just, yeah, immediately get beat up by a rat. Okay, so that is 1d8. Yep. Plus 4. You heal for 6 points of healing.
Oh, not bad.
And then he's going to cast Forbid Action on the ogre. Attack. And the ogre is going to try and save. So he's going to make a will save against Joshua's thing. Failing. I know it says DC 0 there, but Joshua's DC is actually 20. He has a very high wisdom score. Alright. And then Joshua will... You see him reach onto his back. And where he was using a stick before, when he was fighting the rat, he pulls out a morning star. Joshua does not like fighting things that that are not on the same level as he is. Now, this ogre is on the same level as a +2 morning star. He misses, however, not making purchase with the ogre's hide, and it is now your turn.
Nice. Alright. I think I'll see what I can do with the Warhammer again.
That is a 22. It's 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Go ahead and roll again if you're going to hit him again. The 9 will miss. Okay, that is enough to absolutely fucking murder this ogre. Joshua will go, take a minute, catch a breath, and he will heal you to full, with another couple of casts of Cure Light Wounds, kind of expend his spell slots for the day. Just take your time, catch your breath, and then we will head to the town of Reckford. Good job. Roll me another d8, please, as you have leveled up to level 3.
Yeah.
So you get the average, which would be 4 plus 1, so 5 points. So add 5 more points to your health points.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so Joshua will kind of smile at you and go, "It is good to see another joining our ranks in the town of Reckford. Thank you for trusting me. It is not often that you walk into a dank cave and the person you come to save trusts you immediately."
Yeah, well, you gave a better vibe than anyone else who walked up to my cell.
That's probably fair.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I like not to hammer home a point, but you are 14. You're not gonna scare me as much as a big ogre. So I felt like trusting you more. Like you seem like a good way to get out of here.
I mean, I would assume that's why I was chosen. However, I must admit I was told to bring others to help.
And you didn't?
No, I did not. I figured I could probably sneak in and out by myself easier. Did not realize you were a fire giant.
No. So for future reference, probably listen to the advice you've gotten. And
Normally, when a god tells me what to do, I do listen. However, this was my fault. My bad.
fair point. I respect your maturity in accepting faults at this. I shouldn't blame you. But yeah, no, probably bring more people, because holy shit, if I wasn't there, a rat would have eaten you alive.
That is very true. I was this close from pulling out my morning star. And he'll kind of show you the morning star that he has in his hand. This is actually a magically enchanted morning star. Should have probably been using it from the start.
Awesome.
And he'll put it back on the sheath that he has on his back, because he's too small to carry it on his hip.
I mean, yeah, probably. Gosh, why would you want to ruin that beautiful craft?
Exactly. I didn't want to get blood all over it. I have this stick.
Exactly. I mean, if the stick's working, then don't. Weapons are meant to be used in combat. That's why they're made. But gosh, that's too pretty to be used.
Right? I found it in an ancient castle.
Gotta tell me where that ancient castle is. There's gotta be way more stuff.
So there was way more stuff, but unfortunately, my cohorts that I was there with took it all. But don't worry, there's plenty of stuff in Reckford, and there's plenty of ancient ruins around this area. I don't know how long you've been in the Dragonlands. You have no idea what the fuck the Dragonlands are. You came from the land of giants, a continent known as Jaeger. You have no fucking clue where you are.
Yeah, I've been here, like, I've been around the block, you know?
Why don't I believe you?
Because I'm not a good liar.
That's very fair. We are in the southernmost continent, which you would know to your people has no name.
Oh,
This is a forbidden place where you guys don't go.
oh.
We in the town of Reckford are settling this place, trying to figure out what happened to the ancient inhabitants of it. So far, what we've found out is at least one of the kingdoms was attacked by a vampire and turned all their citizens into mannequins to avoid being turned into the undead.
Holy shit.
Yes, it's really weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen some weird shit.
I, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I wanted to be an adventurer when I grew up. That's why I nursed a wyvern back to health. By the way, how do you feel about riding the back of a wyvern to get home?
Honest? Like, really? Like,
Yeah.
honestly?
Yeah, and he'll whistle, and I don't have a mini for him, but this blue scaled wyvern will like scramble in with his tail raised, ready to fucking kill shit. And he goes, "Had we been in trouble and you not been a giant, I'd have brought him in." And he, well, if you'll notice, and you see dripping from the end of his tail is an Icarus venom. That venom kills in literal seconds.
Oh, oh.
This is my best friend, Thraxus. And he'll come up and pet the wyvern, who will, like, nuzzle into his hand like a dog.
Oh.
I nursed him to health when I was young, and he took care of a problem I was having when with my father. So, but this is what we do. We rescue people. He rescued me, I rescued him, and now we've rescued you.
Well, I'd say you're pretty damn good at it.
That's the job. If you want to follow us, we'll get you out of here. All right, and now we will. You hear Thraxus kind of begin to speak, and he goes, "All right, keep your hands inside the wingspan during the duration of the flight. Do not tug on my tail, or I will dump you off the side of or I will dump you into the jungle." And he raises his tail up so he doesn't sting you in the process of flying, and he will let you get on his back with Joshua. And you fly over this beautiful landscape of tropical trees, and you notice like other wyverns flying in the air. They don't quite fuck with Thraxus, but because last time they did, Joshua knocked the shit out of one of them with the enchanted morning star. You do see coming up from the tree line a big fuck you purple dragon who will snap up one of the wyverns and then fly back into the jungle tree line. They're not called the Dragonlands for nothing.
You know what? Makes sense.
And as you are, you're flying over the thing, you see in this large clearing coming up against the coast, you see just over the horizon is the ocean. It's a deep greenish blue color, and just on the coast is this little tiny town with a wall that looks to be in the midst of being torn down and rebuilt. And you see a stone giant kind of working on helping the rebuilding of the thing, as very quickly that tiny little town that looked like ants is starting to become very much more close as Thraxus is nosediving toward it. And he pulls up just before y'all hit the ground and will land with all four legs. "You may depart the wyvern now."
Did you have to go down that fast?
And did you see Joshua like clinging to his neck? "You're an asshole, Thraxus." And he just chuckles. welcome to Reckford. I don't even think I introduced myself. My name's Joshua, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Joshua. I'm Nelor.
He'll hold his tiny little hand out for a handshake.
She absolutely shakes his hand.
He like shakes one of your fingers.
Yeah. Oh, that's adorable.
If you need anyone else to speak to, my suggestion is go to the tavern, and he will point to the building marked with a 1 on the map there. And I'm going to bring the OBS back to looking at our beautiful PNGs. But yeah, so you have made it to Reckford. If you would like, we can role play your like first interactions with the like denizens of Reckford for a little bit. But you killed an entire dungeon and got some gear,
Shit. Well, what a fucking start.
right?
I would love to roleplay the first interactions with the town.
All right. So there's a few buildings around you. If you take a look at the map, you've got the Welcome Wench Tavern, which has a picture of like those like old fashioned like on the side of World War II bombers, like the ladies that were painted on there. That's on the sign. It says Welcome Wench underneath it. You've got the Hall of Blades, which is the building marked 2 on the outside. The symbol for that is a shield with a pair of blades crossing on it. There's the Guard Hall, which is basically not exactly a jail, but more of a barracks for the town guard. There's the Remington Smithy, which is a gun shop. There's Boda's Smithy, which is a like actual smith. Claudio's, which is number 6 on the map. Claudio's, because you're so tall, you can actually see it. It is a mushroom, a giant fucking mushroom. And the sign above it says Claudio Becker's Magical Emporium. And then there is the Midnight Lantern, which is a cafe, which is marked 7 on the map.
Cute. I think I'll go to the welcome wench.
Awesome. So, as you enter the Welcome Winch, you see kind of sitting around, there's a guy in like a big, like brown, like almost, well, no, he's not here. He's in the Underdark. Never mind. You see, sitting at the bar, there are a couple of patrons in here. You've got a dwarven woman, in like a smith's apron, and she's like dusting black powder off of her hands. There's a Goliath gentleman, a half giant with its half stone giant, half orc, sitting next to her with like his hand around her waist. And that's and they're kind of sitting together sharing a meal. There's a gentleman with a large pair of angel's wings that are like kind of folded in on themselves, sitting at the bar, and then at the very end of the bar, kind of serving a drink to a halfling woman in yellow garb, is the bartender, a blonde-haired human woman in like a winch's top and an apron, and she'll wave to you and go, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Can I get you anything?
Oh, yeah. Gosh, I haven't been in one of these and I can't even remember. What's your best drink? What do people like?
Well, we got the ale that me and Estelle brew, and but I personally like, if you really want something, are you looking for something real strong?
It has been a long day. Yeah, give me something strong.
You ever had the purple worm?
Purple what?
The purple worm.
Oh, never had that.
She sets a small shot glass up, and you see her open a bottle, and it's this like heavy purple liquid, and she'll take a little bit of that, dip that in there, and then fill the rest with vodka, and stir it around. This is the purple worm. Don't let it touch your tongue.
Oh. So just knock it back?
Just knock it back. It's a shot. Don't let it touch your tongue, sweetie.
That's all right. And I'll just like I'll take it and take the big shot.
Alrighty. So roll me a fortitude save as you take your shot.
Oh gosh. Where is fortitude?
So it'd be FORT, yeah. What'd you roll?
20.
Okay, so you do not immediately pass out after drinking purple worm poison. That is what the purple worm is made out of. It's just enough of purple worm poison to not be a lethal dose, and then the rest of it is vodka. It tastes, however, like grapes.
Delicious.
It's very good, but it'll fuck you up really quickly. Despite that fortitude save 20, you are fucking intoxicated. It is a heavy, heavy drink.
Oh gosh.
Don't worry, you have a really good metabolism. You are a fire giant,
That's true.
so you'll burn through that in maybe a minute or two. But for the next minute or two, you are fucked up. How'd you like it, sweetheart?
It tastes great.
Would you like another?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
She'll set it down and she'll pour a little more and she'll pour the vodka. There you go, sweetie.
Thank you. Out of curiosity, what would you say is the record for amount of these drinks?
Gustav leans over and he goes, I hold that record, and it's 13.
13.
Good to see another one of my folk around.
Yeah. Gosh, I thought I'd feel alone out here.
Oh no, there's plenty of giants out here. I'm just the only one in town.
Okay, well, that's something. Well, I guess you're not the only one in town anymore.
Yeah, it's nice. And you see Estelle kind of elbow him and go, you not going to introduce your wife or what? And he goes, right. This is my wife Estelle, and you see next to him is a dwarf. And she goes, I'm Estelle. Nice to meet you. And she'll hold up a hand to shake your hand.
She shakes her hand, at least, or probably like just using her finger, and just being like, pleasure to meet you as well.
And he's a liar. It's 17, and I hold the record.
Oh,
And he goes,
that.
shut up.
No, 17. That sounds like a challenge.
And he goes, me and Estelle, we're two of the guild masters here in town. I run the Hall of Blades, and she runs the Smith's Guild. If you need anything, just let us know.
Smith's Guild, huh?
Estelle just kind of goes, yeah, me and my friend Boda, we run it. Why, you looking for work?
I'd say so. I'm pretty experienced in smithing.
Good to hear. Though, as much as I'd love another person in the forge, we're running awful low on blades. Our mercenaries are starting to dwindle thanks to well, the forces, the monsters out there ain't small. If that makes any sense.
That does.
But I'd gladly welcome you in, Smith.
I would love to if I could be of any help making blades. That'd be great.
Well, when I say blades, I mean this man's mercenary company. But yes, we do need more weapons for them as well.
Oh, gotcha. Well, yeah. Anything you need me to do, I'll make it work.
Fantastic. You finish your drink, and you can get to work for me in the morning. However, I would suggest you keep an eye out on the quest board, see if you can help with the adventurers in town.
Yeah,
Everybody could do with a little more giant help. That makes sense.
it does. Thank you so much.
You see the bartender put a very large loaf of bread in front of you. You might need that, sweetie.
Thank you.
And then, do you take your shot?
Absolutely.
Roll a fortitude save.
Let's go.
Oh, natural one. So, you wake up the next day. Uh, you are in a small apartment. And in the apartment room with you is a note. Just kind of sitting on top of your face. And if you take the paper off your face, it reads, Nelor, I found you laying on the floor of the welcome winch. I took the liberty of paying the lady downstairs for you a room. The lady downstairs happens to be my mother. If you need anything, come find me. Joshua.
How the fuck did that 14-year-old get down here?
So the apartments are in the upstairs of the welcome winch. So he had to carry you upstairs.
Oh no.
Don't worry, Gustav did it. The other giant helped get you up here.
Oh, thank goodness. I wouldn't want to put that burden on a 14-year-old to grab a 7'7",
Yeah.
several hundred-pound woman.
I mean, he does manhandle a wyvern all the time. Like he's a buff little boy. Young Hercules style, like. But yeah, so you wake up in this, it's moderately furnished. It's a little apartment. On the back of the note it says, "P.S. I paid her out of your money. You lost 12 gold pieces, but you have the apartment for a month."
Oh, gosh. Fuck, I'm being spoiled.
But yeah, it's got a decent sized bed that you can actually fit in. The mattress is a thick thatch, so it's nice and squishy and comfy. Probably better than the bedroll you've been sleeping on the past 6-7 days. It's there's a dresser with some basic clothes for a giant. They look to be freshly stitched, so they're probably brand fucking new. It's just some rough spun tunic and a pair of pants. There's a barrel of water, and it says drinking water on the front of the barrel. And then if you explore further into the apartment, Reckford has running water.
Oh.
There's a giant-sized shower in your apartment.
I don't think I've ever seen a shower before, have I?
No, in the land of giants you have. Like where you come from, you've definitely seen a shower. The running water is a commodity that is magic has kind of made running water a thing. If I had to place uiese in a time period, real world time period, this is the very very beginning of the Industrial Revolution. But if they had magic. So there's a little red crystal where if you touch it, it turns the water hot and stuff like that.
Whoa.
So, and you probably, again, haven't had a decent shower in a good couple days. You probably don't smell the greatest or feel the greatest. And this shower is, made of stone and big enough for you, and it's got 3 or 4 shower heads.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the welcome winch is made to the T, to be... This is where people come for comfort.
Yeah, this is the height of luxury.
Well, as far as Reckford's concerned, absolutely it is.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
In regular civilization, 12 gold pieces will probably buy you a shower like this. Because most people don't see gold in their lives. Most of the gold is hoarded by the wealthy. So the majority of people see silver, copper a lot of the time. But gold is used to keep cities running, pay dragons to keep the electricity on, stuff like that. So you have 2480 gold pieces. So this is probably more money than you've seen in your lifetime.
Oh, absolutely.
And so you have that to spend on loot and magic items and whatever else you want. But for now, I think your character is like you're in Reckford and you're nice and cozy. And I do believe that's where we will end this particular session, and we will kind of come back to your character whenever you're ready to join one of the quests.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm like so like you can't see me, but I'm really like, fucking giddy and
I can hear it in your voice.
glad. I'm genuinely so excited to get started with this.
I'm always really happy when I can hear the smile in my players' voices. That makes me really really happy. So I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me and inviting me, and I will hopefully be on a quest soon.
Hell yeah! I did see that you signed up for one, so we'll get that pinged soon. So there is a tradition in at my table where when we say goodbye to YouTube, we also say fuck you to Dave. And the reason we say fuck you, Dave, is because Dave is my former boss, and he watches every episode, and he always leaves comments about the rules I get wrong. So we're gonna say bye to YouTube and fuck you to Dave. Bye YouTube. Fuck
Bye.
you, Dave.
Fuck you, Dave.
Bye everybody.